okay. We got a ways to go. We're not very good right now. We got some good parts, good pieces to the puzzle. We're still working on cohesion and who can do what. We got a lot of work to do.
Dabo talked about you guys looking for a corner.
I think that's what I said in the spring game. So, yeah, it's good. We got some time still. We got good players at that position. Just trying to teach them how to play the position. We've been really good at times this camp, and today was hit and miss a little bit, but I still feel good about the guys we have there. Got again, Edmund hasn't been practicing, and Baker out, and but I've seen some flashes of when it's really good, and some other times that we got to finish plays, and but I think we still have the right guys.
You know what you've got at safety, largely with Van and Jadar. But behind them, can you kind of frame what the picture is?
Yeah, we can move some guys around there, but I'm real pleased with Denzel Johnson and Tanner Muse. And again, still young guys, but I think they have a chance to be real good players. And they're not great right now, but I think they're okay. They're both guys that are physical and long and give you good presence there. And Kayvon Wallace has played a little bit there as well. Corinne Wiggins, I was remiss in not saying his name because he's really done a bunch of things. Has been pretty good so far and can play the nickel, in both safety positions as well.
With Wiggins, where do you see him?
I don't know. I'm still working through that. He can do all three positions. That's a good thing, his versatility. So I think a lot of that's dependent on how other guys are doing, and I think he gives us some depth there and experience there.
Any concern? Are you trying to make up maybe some reps that he missed?
Make up? I mean, he can only handle so much. I mean, that was a year off from playing, so. But I think he's kind of worked through a lot of that, or is still in the process of that too. He's not polished, but he's kind of seeing him getting better, through camp. It's been good.
How's your linebacker core forming up behind Ben and Kendall?
I've liked it. I think it has a chance to be pretty solid. Just there's a host of them. Obviously, they all can't be twos, or even ones for that matter. I think Trey Lamar's been a guy that at times this camp he's played like a one, and Jalen Williams has played like a one. He can play outside and inside, both. And J.D. Davis is really has been consistent, and trying to think of James Skalski. Has been a guy that's flashed. Shaq Smith has shown some improvement, but Skalski is a guy that finds the ball very sudden and plays fast and doesn't really get overwhelmed for a guy that just got here this summer. I'm real pleased with his progress.
He remind you of any particular player that you've had before, Jamie? You can compare
a little bit like Bowler, but probably a little bit like Ben. Just a little bit more athletic than a young Ben Bowler. Guy that likes contact, finds the ball. Jamie plays long. They might be close to the same height. I think Jamie's a little bit taller, but Jamie's long. He's a long guy. Very athletic. His soccer background shows up. Super hips and feet. Can really explode. Very, very strong. So I got to figure out, whether or not he's a guy that you play or not. Because he can run, he can strike. He's a very, very intelligent, and he got good instincts.
Think you guys help you on special teams?
He can play everywhere. Okay.
Special teams, maybe?
Yeah.
Dad was pretty concerned about finding a productive corner.
Yeah. Just consistent. Yeah, man, I've seen those guys make a ton of plays, like great plays, and really had 3 terrific days leading up to today, like really the whole defense and them included. And today was a little more. Again, we got to make some competitive plays. But it doesn't take much out there. It's a lonely island, but it was good though. I think the experience was good for them. The good, the bad, all of it. And it's a growing process to learn how to play. And what you can do, what you can't do, and how people are going to attack you, things of that nature. So,
With Marcus out, I mean, is Mark?
remember, I did say that in the spring game, right? We'll be all right there.
With Marcus out, I mean, is all the opportunity thrown on Mark? Have you given other guys?
Yeah, we've played a bunch of guys there. Ryan Carter's gone out there and done well. He plays both. He can play safety, he plays nickel. He's been playing everywhere. And then Trayvon Mullen's been out there. We've had a number of guys that have run out there with that first group, but he's one of them, and he got the start today. But it's still a work in progress. We'll be all right there, though.
Is Kayvon getting more work at corner or safety right now?
We're really trying to get him work at both, and that's not easy to do. He has a propensity to kind of handle it a little bit, and again, a strong, instinctual, good ball skills. He's got a toughness about him that you really like. Good feel for the game, super coachable, very hungry. So he can do a number of things. We've probably equaled up his reps, and you don't like to normally do that with young guys. Mm-hmm. But he's a guy that we have given just a little bit more every day.
Sorry, that's
Thanks for progressing the defensive end.
Oh, progressing? Well, I think it's been good. You guys have shown some growth there, and I think it's been good. Chris Register's gotten better. Richard and Austin and Cleveland, they've all improved as well. And Xavier has flashed. And Seven's a little light in the britches, but it's been good.
Where have you seen Register come along, I guess? Devo called him one of the more improved guys.
He's improved from where it was. He never played the end before, so he looked like it when he first started. And then he wasn't working very hard. Wasn't fighting through the adversity that goes along with the position switch. And then now he has decided he's going to do that. So I think he's understanding. He's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physical. Those are things that I've seen improvement with him, his awareness, things like that.
Has things with Richard here again and Austin Bryant just continued over from last season's progress?
Yeah. And they'll just keep getting better and better. They're still young guys.
Talking about Trey, some days looking like he's a first teamer.
Yeah,
Others.
He's had more that's looked like the first teamer than not. He's done real well. Had a very good camp.
A lot of it just picking up the nuances of where you're supposed to be and just processing everything.
What's good?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a great feel for the game. He's very physical, plays fast, got a big physical presence, super coachable, real intelligent, tough kid.
You probably had a lot of unknowns coming into this camp. What have you learned about your defense so far?
Oh, that's a good question. I think our guys at safety have improved. It's probably the top thing. And I would say that Trayvon Mullen has really come on. Kayvon Wallace is a player. And Trey Lamar's really shown that he could fill in well for Kendall Joseph. Those are probably the biggest things, just kind of thinking out loud, that we've learned with our guys. So Corinne Wiggins has come back and has showed his feel for the game and his ability to play multiple positions.
You talked at the golf tournament about toughness and kind of bringing that was going to be important this season. What have you seen in camp in terms of the toughness that these guys?
It's been really good at times. Again, we had 3 really good days coming into today. I saw a few guys that showed some really good toughness out there today, and some other guys that need to toughen up. And but it's been good. You've seen enough. A short yardage scrimmage and a goal line scrimmage, and a coming out scrimmage the last few days going into today, and I've seen a bunch of toughness and what you want. And we still got a lot of work to do, and that's part of it. The grind of the toughness of a season is challenged. You're stressed, tested, all of that. And week to week, things change, and so there's a lot to be, a lot of unknown there too. But I like the group of guys that we have. I think there's a toughness about them, an accountability about them, and but we're nowhere close to being a good defense yet. And but we've shown flashes of it, and we're still working on the cohesion and who our first 11 are, and then kind of moving on from there.
You said on multiple occasions you prefer to have that veteran in there rather than the Johnny 5-star.
Yeah.
You look at this defense.
Or just a real talented, ultra-talented guy that doesn't have experience, right?
I mean, are you in a position in all spots, some spots where you're going to need those freshmen, or?
Oh, there's some spots, sure. Yeah, pick them out. Where you want to start?
Safety.
Sure. Yeah, there's the freshmen backing those guys up, right? You got 2 freshmen backing them up, Tanner Muse and Denzel. So there's a couple.
Guys like Jadar, Dorian O'Daniel, is it on them to step up and force their way onto the field rather than let the Denzels and those guys?
I think they've established themselves, and I think that they've earned when they've all played. It's not like they haven't played. When they've played, they've done well. So I think that between that and as much tape and evidence that you have on them as players, I think warrants their ability to kind of be running out there with that first group. And then you throw in a guy like Corinne Wiggins too. He kind of plays multiple safety hybrid positions as well too.
Specifically Dorian, what's his role right now? Dorian O'Daniel.
His position.
Where will he be? Can he be like a nickel as well? Do you think, or will he be?
I don't know.
Can he play nickel?
Yeah, sure.
Are the guys showing you the kind of ambition that you have?
Ambition?
Intensity that you have? Or are they taking things for granted?
No, I think it's been good.
There's some anecdotally anything that says to you these guys are preparing the right way?
Oh, preparing. We'll see. I mean, we're not in the season yet. We just started fall camp, so I've seen some good, some bad, and I've seen a whole bunch good and then one bad. So we're not there yet. We're work in progress, to say the least, and got a lot of growing up to do, a lot of improving to do, a lot of cohesion to be built.
Getting here late, I would say my concern is that second cornerback spot right now.
The second corner, like the number 2s, or
Well, opposite
1 and 2, or what do you mean?
Opposite tankers.
We'll find what we got, guys. We'll be all right. Yeah.
All good?
The Sports Illustrated opposing coaches take. It mentioned that you get your calls in late. You made an allusion to stealing signs.
Me?
Yeah.
We're making sure they're not stealing mine. Giving it to them quick. They got a diagnosis.
Had you heard that before? Is that all it is? Just waiting to read? It would seem like that's all.
I don't know, son. You think I get them in late all the time? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you guys can be.
Coach, so.
Well, I don't know. We've been pretty solid. I don't know. Times we haven't. If I got their plays, we haven't done a very good job.
Stealing signs, is that a thing in defensive?
I have
coaching?
no idea. I don't know. I'm just worried about my guys.
All good. Thank you, Coach.